Batu Caves. Batu Caves is a limestone hill that has a series of caves and cave temples in Gombak, Selangor, Malaysia. It takes its name from the Malay word batu, meaning rock. Batu Caves, in short, also referred as 10th Caves or Hill for Lord Muruga, as there are 6 important holy shrines in India and 4 more in Malaysia. The 3 others in Malaysia are Kallumalai Temple in Ipoh, Tanneermalai Temple in Penang and Sannasimalai Temple in Malacca. The limestone-forming Batu Caves is said to be around 400 million years old. Some of the cave entrances were used as shelters by the indigenous Temuan people, a tribe of Orang Asli. As early as 1860, Chinese settlers began excavating guano for fertilizing their vegetable patches. However, they became famous only after the limestone hills were recorded by colonial authorities including Daly and Syers as well as American naturalist, William Hornaday, in 1878. Batu Caves was promoted as a place of worship by Thaipusam, an Indian Tamil trader. He was inspired by the bell-shaped entrance of the main cave and was inspired to dedicate a temple to Lord Muruga within the caves. In 1890, Daly, who also founded the Sri Mahamariamman Temple, Kuala Lumpur, installed the Murti, consecrated statue, of Sri Murugan Swami in what is today known as the Temple Cave. Since 1892, the Thaipusam festival in the Tamil month of Thai, which falls in late January/early February, has been celebrated there. Wooden steps up to the temple cave were built in 1920. In the 1930s, the stairs began to show signs of wear and tear, and then temple chairman Ramachandran Naidu proposed to build 2 flights of concrete stairs to the upper caves. The proposal was forwarded to Surabgam in 1939. The work was completed in 1940, just in time for the Thaipusam celebration that year, according to current temple chairman R. Nataraja. On September 1, 1942, a village near the caves was the site of a Communist Party of Malaya meeting convened by Litec, which included the CPM's Central Executive Committee, state party officials, and a group leader of the Mpaja. However, Litec betrayed the meeting to the Japanese, who staged a surprise raid at dawn, destroying most of the CPM and Mpaja high command. In August 2018, the 272 steps were painted, each set of steps painted in a different range of colors. However, Accusations were almost immediately made by the National Heritage Department for a breach of law requiring authorization for renovations within 200 meters of a heritage site. The temple's management disputed their failure to receive authorization. Rising almost 100 meters above the ground, the Batu Caves temple complex consists of 3 main caves and a few smaller ones. The biggest, referred to as Cathedral Cave or Temple Cave, has a very high ceiling and features ornate Hindu shrines. To reach it, visitors must climb a steep flight of 272 steps. At the base of the hill are 2 more cave temples, Art Gallery Cave and Museum Cave, both of which are full of Hindu statues and paintings. This complex was renovated and opened as the Cave Villa in 2008. Many of the shrines relate the story of Lord Muruga's victory over the demon Surapadman. An audio tour is available to visitors. The Ramayana cave is situated to the extreme left as one faces the sheer wall of the hill. On the way to the Ramayana cave, there is a 15 meters, 50 feet, tall statue of Hanuman and a temple dedicated to Lord Hanuman, devotee and aide of Lord Rama. The consecration ceremony of the temple was held in November 2001. The Ramayana cave depicts the story of Rama in a chronicle manner along the irregular walls of the cave. A 42.7-meter, 140 feet, high statue of Lord Muruga was unveiled in January 2006, having taken 3 years to construct. It is the tallest Lord Muruga statue in the world. Batu Sri Murugan Temple is managed by the Board of Management of Sri Mahamariamman Temple Devasthanam, which also manages the Sri Mahamariamman Temple, Kuala Lumpur and the Kallumalai Pilayar Temple. It also performs the role of Hindu religious consultant to the Government of Malaysia in determining the Hindu yearly calendar. Batu Caves is also the center of rock climbing development in Malaysia for the past 10 years. Batu Caves offers more than 160 climbing routes. The routes are scattered all around the side of Batu Caves, which is made up of limestone hills rising to 150 meters. These climbing routes are easily accessed, as most crags start from ground level. These climbing routes often start from the northeastern side of the cave complex, whereas the staircase and temple entrance faces south. This northeastern area is known as the Damai Caves. Abseiling and spelunking trips can be organized with some local adventure companies. The Batu Caves serve as the focus of the Tamil community's yearly Thaipusam, Tamil festival. They have become a pilgrimage site not only for Malaysian Hindus, but Hindus worldwide. A procession begins in the wee hours of the morning on Thaipusam from the Sri Mahamariamman Temple, Kuala Lumpur, leading up to Batu Caves as a religious undertaking to Lord Muruga lasting 8 hours. Devotees carry containers containing milk as offering to Lord Muruga either by hand or in huge, decorated carriers on their shoulders called kavadi. The kavadi may be simple wooden arched semicircular supports holding a carrier foisted with brass or clay pots of milk, or huge, heavy ones which may rise up to 2 meters, built of bowed metal frames which hold long skewers, the sharpened end of which pierce the skin of the bearer's torso. The kavadi is decorated with flowers and peacock feathers imported from India. Some kavadi may weigh as much as 100 kilograms. After bathing in the nearby Sungai Batu, rocky river, the devotees make their way to the temple cave and climb the flights of stairs to the temple in the cave. Devotees use the wider center staircase while worshippers and onlookers throng up and down those balustrades on either side. In the last decade, the surrounding area has changed from a small village to industrial estates, new housing, and retail. There is also an elevated flyover across the highway. A new 515 million ringgit KTM commuter rail extension from Sentul to Batu Caves began operations in July 2010, serving the rebuilt Batu Caves commuter station.